December 19, 2022, New Testament is Fake Series, the Alok and a channel, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon. This lesson today is titled, Justus Returns with His Saints. Justus returns with saints. We have been taught so much that Jesus is coming back to crack the sky by those who were eager to teach us about Jesus, the love of Jesus and the salvation of Jesus, but were the same ones to slaughter us and put us in captivity. So you know right away all that they taught us when we were children about this Jesus and Calvary and salvation has to be wrong, because God's message is not going to come in truth out of the mouth of those whose hands did wicked things to us. So they were teaching us lies about Calvary and about Jesus. They said Jesus is coming back to crack the sky and he's coming with 10,000s of his saints and so on. A very big lie. Look at Zechariah chapter 14, verse 3 to 5. Because the book of Revelation says Justus is going to crack the sky, this Justus Brutus Christus. But Zechariah 14, 3 to 5, then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle. So this is last days prophecy. And they said this Lord was Jesus being talked about, but no, the Lord there is Jehovah or Jehovah, the existing one, proper name of God. Nowhere here is the person saying it is Jesus, but Jehovah, the self-existent or eternal Jehovah. Now, they also teach us that Jesus was created by God. He was the first spirit in creation. So if he was created by God to be the Son, to bring salvation, then he is not the self-existing one, because he did not exist of his own self. The Father would have existed of his own self, and then created the Son, who could not exist without the Father using his power to create him. It also says self-existing one or eternal, so eternal one. If Jesus was created by God as the first spirit in all creation, he is not the eternal one. The Father would be the eternal one. So the New Testament is fake. But if we go on here, it says, and his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives, which is before Jerusalem. And they said to us, Jesus, that's the one we prophesied, he is going to come back and crack the sky and come down upon the mountain and split Mount Olives and so on. And they made us believe all these lying, wicked things when we were children. But it says, and his feet shall stand in that day upon the Mount of Olives. So this is Jehovah he's talking about here, which is before Jerusalem on the east, and the Mount of Olives shall cleave in the midst thereof, toward the east and toward the west. And there shall be a very great valley, and half of the mountain shall remove toward the north, and half of it toward the south. Now listen to how verse 5 ends. These verses are a little bit long, but verse 5, the last verse, and ye shall flee to the valley of the mountains, for the valley of the mountains shall reach unto Azal. Yea, ye shall flee, like as ye fled from before the earthquake, in the days of Uzziah king of Judah. Hear it now, and the Lord my God shall come. So they're saying God is coming, not his Son. Shall come, and all the saints with thee. And all the saints with thee. So who's coming? The Lord and all the saints. The Lord and all the saints. Those are the ones coming, the Lord and all his saints, all the saints. Not Jesus Christ cracking the sky with 10,000s of his saints. Coming down here with 10,000s of his saints. New Testament is fake. You've got some better understanding. Change your mind so you can change it right and get it right. You're locked on the channel, Twitter, YouTube, Patreon.